Hey, what's up YouTube? It's your girl Dom back with another video. In today's video, we are doing a hair tutorial on how I made my own I/K tips microlink extensions. This video will also show how I installed the microlink extensions on myself as well. Hope you guys enjoy this video, so let's go ahead and jump into this hair tutorial. First things first, I am going to wash my hair. I did purchase this hair off of Amazon, and this is the Mongolian Afro Kinky hair, and it came in a bundle of 3, 20, 22, and 24, and it just came, you know, as a whole weft. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and wash all of my hair. I'm going to dry it, and then I'm going to show you guys how I made my extensions from there. You always want to make sure that you wash your hair first, just because they might have chemicals in there. A lot of the hair is coated in lye, and I know a lot of people, and myself included, has had you know, little reactions on my scalp from this. So after washing, this is the amount of shedding that I got, which isn't too bad. So here is a sample of what the hair looks like after it's been washed. These are the keratin beads that came with the kit that I purchased off of Amazon. It's about 5,000. Now this is the tool that is used to make the I-tip extensions. It's basically a mini flat iron with like a clamp. And I believe the heat goes up to 220. So basically how I started is I would cut off the individual curls because they were already separated, and I thought that that would be, you know, a pretty nice way to start. But as I started to move forward, I did notice that the I-tip extension was a little bit too thick after a while. Now normally I only use 2 of the keratin beads because that was more than enough to saturate the hair. So first things first, you're gonna go ahead and cut the weft. And then you're gonna separate all of that excess hair because tracks are usually folded on one side to make it thicker. So you wanna remove all of that, otherwise you'll have it in your keratin bond when you're trying to separate it. So here I'm saturating the entire end of the track. Once I've done that, I go ahead and roll it with my fingers so it'll cool down. And the goal is to get the tip as thin as possible so it fits in the microlink. Once you've already had everything saturated, you're gonna go ahead and cut the tip to make it flat. That way you're not poking yourself or even your client when you're installing the microlinks. So here again, I'm using 2 of the keratin beads. I tried to clamp it a little bit so the glue or the keratin will be saturated on both sides. So here's a close-up of how I make the extension. Remember, you're gonna go ahead and cut the weft. You're gonna shed all of that excess hair, and then you're gonna clamp it together in the tool, and you're gonna roll it around. That way the hair is fully saturated in that keratin, and you're gonna use your fingers to tightly roll it. And there's a little a piece on the tool that has like a little circle in there, and I basically just fit my hair in there just to make sure it was really thin. And then I went ahead and I cut the ends to make it flat, and then I sealed the ends by dipping it in that excess keratin bond that I had on the tool. That way it looks more professional. So again, first thing that you do, you cut the weft. you shed the excess hair. You're gonna use, for me, two beads of the keratin bond was more than enough to saturate the tool and saturate the hair. And again, I'm just moving the hair thread around, that way the entire thing is coated. Then I'm gonna roll my fingers to cool it. I'm gonna cut the end to make sure that it's even. And then I dip it again in that keratin bond so that it's not pointy and it's comfortable for my head. So some of the things that you'll need to install these tips is a comb. They do have like a little interlocking tool here that comes with the tool if you buy it on Amazon. It also comes with these needle nose pliers. You don't have to have these ones specifically, like if any hardware store will have them. And then they also came with like this hair separator that will help you gauge how close to the root you are. And then they have these extra clips, but I didn't use any of that. Now these are the actual links for the micro links, and they are metal, so yes, if you go through a metal detector, you will go off. So this is one full bundle of hair, and look how many tips I got. So for my full head, I used maybe 1.5 bundles. I never even got to that third bundle. It took me 3 days to make all of the tips, but I got about maybe almost 300 strands, and that hair for all 3 bundles was like maybe 60 bucks. Whereas if you buy pre-made tip extensions, they charge you $100 just for 10, and I got like 300. So I'm starting out with my hair fully washed and blow dried, and as you guys can see, my hair cannot hold a blow dry to save its life. So we're gonna see how this microlink is gonna work for me. So now I'm starting out by sectioning off the hair, just because I am gonna need a little bit of leave out just so I can cover up those microlinks. So I took out my backside, I'm gonna take out my edges, and I'm gonna take out parts around my ear, just so I can, again, cover up those links. So this is the braiding pattern that I did. It's nothing fancy. I just wanted to go ahead and braid out my perimeter. That way I had enough to cover my micro links. Now I should have had a little bit more in the front. So now I am parting my hair in 4 sections. That way it's easier for me to make my micro links. So here, I've actually already finished some of my micro links, and I went in rows. After a while, I stopped doing very, very neat parts. It just took too long. So because I'm doing it on my own head, I just made very rough parts, and they're all really, really small, just because when I first started, they were too thick and it just looked crazy. So the thinner the part, the better it looks, in my opinion, especially because I already have like super, super thick hair. After a while of doing this, I found that it was easier for me to, one, part out the hair first, and then go in and section off each strand and actually add the micro link to it. And then that will act as a separator. That way, when I was ready to add the actual hair extension, it was just boom, 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 very fast, because everything was already sectioned off and the metal link was already on my hair. So that was the first thing that I did. So the way that you add the actual micro link is you're gonna take a little piece of your hair, you're gonna slide it through the loop on that metal thing, and then you're gonna slide the link up the wire through the hair, and you're gonna take it to your root. So I'll show you guys again. Taking a small piece of hair, I'm putting it through the metal wire on the tool, and then I'm sliding the micro link up through the wire and through my hair, and I'm taking it to the root, and then I'm gonna leave it there. And I just do the same thing for the rest of the section. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to try micro links is, you know, my hair is already really thick, so I didn't need the body, but I wanted the length. And I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube that talk about the installation process or how to make them, but they don't really talk about who micro links would be good for. And me, I'm somebody who works out a lot, so I'm in the gym all the time, so I'm sweating and there's always moisture in my hair. So in the end, this didn't really work out for me, just because it did make my hair knot up. I had to blow dry it way more frequently. I had to wash it way more frequently. And, you know, I didn't want to add a whole lot of heat to my hair. But micro links really works well for those with like looser textures, or those who don't have to do too much maintenance with their hair. Like, I really just throw my hair in a ponytail and go, because I'm always working out. I'm always doing something active. So to have my hair sweat out all the time and be in micro links didn't really work for me. Once you have the entire section with micro links on them, the way you install them is you're gonna take that little piece of hair, you're gonna take your I-tip extension, you're gonna try to put the I-tip extension through the micro link. It might touch your scalp, and you're gonna take the pliers and you're gonna squeeze it closed. Now, you don't wanna squeeze too tight, because you don't wanna break your actual hair strand, just because those metal pliers will really do damage. But you want to make sure that your micro link, the link itself, is tight enough so that the I-tip does not slip through. So yes, this has been my iTip creation and installation video. Like a smart person, I didn't have my camera recording the whole time. I didn't know, but I did happen to get like a finished product really quick. Like I said, I do just throw my hair up in a ponytail and go. So, you know, it worked very well with the blow dry look. But if you're somebody who likes to have your hair curled and, you know, all that stuff, then it might work out for you. I personally don't like to do that much with my hair. And yeah.